Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Marhaba, khosh amdeed. Welcome back to Islamic Preacher and Apologist, a channel which refutes, responds, and even informs. This video may have been translated. Please always check. ये वीडियो शायद उर्दू में मौजूद हो तो ज़रूर चेक कीजिएगा. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I welcome you all from whichever time zone you are. If you came to my channel through social media, please check the YouTube channel for the entire footage. Let's Bismillah, let's begin.
Amped up.
I think Islam hates us. And we have to be very vigilant. We have to be very careful. And we can't allow people coming into this country who have this hatred.
Today I'm going to be talking about hatred. Hatred amongst people, especially family members. What causes hatred? Let's begin by talking about dislike or hatred amongst family members. Who did you in your growing up years love more? Your grandmother from your mother's side or your grandmother from your father's side? A lot of you are going to say your mother's side. And the question is, why? The answer is that the grandmother from your father's side is your mother's mother-in-law. In every household, your own mother is the main ruler, the main manager of the house. My great uncle once said that the environment of the house is dependent on the mother. She is often the driving force, the influencer, and the encourager in our lives. What would your reaction be if your mother said, "She doesn't like me"? Same way, likewise, the country in which you were born in, or you come from, is your motherland. Which is why speech and dialogue such as "Islam does not like us" would actually make an impact on you, as it would to a child who has been told, "She does not like me." It would just give the same impact, the same impression. Which is why people choose to learn about Islam from Islamic critic channels. A refutation video creator once said, "Why is it that even after refuting Christian Prince, apostate David Wood, etc., etc., people still want to listen to him?" The answer is as follows. Just exactly how your grandmother gave an explanation, "I don't like your mother because of this reason, that reason, whichever reason," you won't want to believe her. You won't even want to listen. Here is something a little bit more interesting. Your previous Prime Minister, President, was a little bit more honest.
And one of the deepest commitments of America is tolerance. No one should be treated unkindly because of the color of their skin or the content of their creed. We thank the many Muslim nations who stand with us against terror. Nations that are often victims of terror themselves.
He said that those people that terrorize are actually victims themselves. Now listen on.
Our nation is waging a war on a radical network of terrorists, not on a religion and not on a civilization.
The American president had to say or speak some level of truth. However, the media had to make money. Watch David Wood's earliest career videos, YouTube videos of Act 17 apologetics. You'll realize that actually they're heavily dependent on newspaper reports. Now, when a Muslim calls Christian Prince and gets completely blank on the head, I take this as a good sign, to be honest. It's a sign that they're not aware of their own scriptures. This sort of behavior of the Muslims is actually politically prosperous. It's a sign that if a Muslim actually does anything toxic, there is actually a political reason behind it.
On air, and we were saying Muslims, they say Muhammad is in the Bible as a prophet, but shouldn't you prove to me first that he's a prophet? What do you think?
Yes, of course. If someone claims to be a prophet, he first needs to fulfill the things that
okay,
the prophet
well, how Muhammad became a prophet? Give me a reason to believe Muhammad is a prophet. Go ahead, I'm listening.
For me, in my opinion, a prophet is somebody who claims he has a message from God, and
Just
he
a claim, or I
convinces
can
people
claim,
with this message.
and I can claim that too. I mean, if somebody just a claim, I mean, anyone can claim. There's many people they claim to be these days, even these days now, they claim to be prophets.
And this person did not have a reply. Such questions are not easily answered because such information is not always on top of your head. Although there is an answer for this question, the person wasn't able. On this video which I created, Prophethood Criteria, responding to Jay Smith, is the answer to this question. If someone randomly asked me the same question, why do you call Prophet Muhammad a prophet? Why do you consider him to be a prophet? I could give the reasons, but I would avoid giving the reasons because for every reasons I will be asked publicly in Speaker's Corner, where is your reference? Like I wander around with reference papers, pieces of reference with me, saying this is the reason why I follow Prophet Muhammad, that is the reason why I follow Prophet Muhammad, and so on and so forth. And I've noticed something, which is this, that human intellect is so very deficient that just because I don't present the reference, you would just say, she is lying. They would say, oh, Miss Takia, that's what people's intellect level is. And the same way with the caller, the novice who called Christian Prince. The caller himself is one of a kind. Why are you calling him if you're not a professional, you're not a scholar? When someone chooses to attack someone's religion, they know which rock they're going to throw, which reference they're going to show. There are 600,000 hadiths. This Muslim on the left is not going to read all of them, nor memorize all of them. And when we look at SC Dava, the person here on the left is a novice. He doesn't know anything. Even if you look at the faces of these two individuals, Muhammad Hijab looks very confident. The person on the left looks lost. If lost Muslims are Abduls, then lost Christians are Sebastians. And this is the main category of people that actually go to Speaker's Corner to listen, to take advice, to increase their knowledge, and so on. Now, religion is actually someone's faith. It's someone's belief system. Like, for example, they say Jesus walked on water. We also have our supernatural belief system. You're taking religion and making it into a political agenda. I hope you understand. What you ought to do if you want to support your country, your motherland, is to find out why such people behaved in such and such way. Treating religion like a WWE match is the wrong way to support your country. Which country do these terrorists come from? And what is happening in their countries politically is something you need to know. And yes, refutation video YouTubers, let me tell you that they will hate you and they won't listen to you only because what you say would not suit their agenda. They're looking for someone, or they're supporting those people that actually make their grandmother listen. But here is my question to the Islamophobes. Very simple and straightforward. Your mother may also have a brother. And maybe this brother also has children. That the grandmother that you do love may be something like this to someone else. Then I advise you to actually watch this video by David Wood, Muhammad, History's Greatest Plagiarist. On one side, you actually support this view. And on the other side, you cheer and laugh when Christian Prince attacks exactly those verses which are very similar to the Bible. This is clear-cut hypocrisy. Can you give me one justified reason for choosing an Islamic critic to learn about Islam? Do you know what I see amongst family members? Brothers fight, sisters fight, brother and sisters argue with one another. But they actually, after 1 week or after a few days, they actually begin to talk to one another. However, when the same arguments actually happen between sister-in-laws, for example, then there is 100% split. They never come back and they never join together. You see, the thing is, we human beings are not perfect. We are not. It doesn't matter which religion you belong to, we're not perfect. Yes, I accept that mother-in-laws and sister-in-laws, the whole concept of in-laws is not a very good thing. They're not very good, you know. But having said that, why do we accept flaws within our own people but not flaws within other people? We all get angry, we all get upset, we all get jealous. And many people that I see amongst family members, many people, generation today, are absolutely cut off from their father's family, and usually they have the same flaws as people that belong to your mother's family. And now think about the concept of forgive, forget, and move on, thinking in a broader, wider perspective. When you say Jesus used to forgive his enemy and love his enemy, what were you representing? Which side were you on? Which scripture did you follow? Is my question. And refutation YouTubers, this exactly is the reason. And that exactly is the reality behind your dislikes on your videos. Sometimes we refutation video YouTubers get dislikes before even a view because they know what you're going to do. And they don't want to know it, they don't want to hear it. The second reason behind the hatred is people's personal problem. Some sort of relationship with a Muslim which just didn't work out. Or perhaps even a family member who actually ruined your life, giving the wrong ideas about the religion, so on and so forth. A vast majority of the people that follow people like David Wood are actually from a country which actually have a political issue. For example, India and Pakistan are two countries which don't get along. There are a lot of Indians in David Wood's channel, Apostate Prophet's channel, and so on and so forth. It's usually those people that come from those countries which have had a political problem. The ideology that Islam hates us, Muslims hate us, they're feeding that. And that's the truth. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. Take care and goodbye.